We are on.
Nectar player is going first.
Yep, this is a standard Nectar versus Narukami play.
In your opinion, who do you think has the better matchup here?
I think it pretty much depends on the ratios of the Narukami player into the Nectar player. I think Nectar is a very resilient deck, and it also doesn't need a lot of resources to do anything, and it doesn't need a lot of it doesn't call a lot from hand because everything is a two. Everything makes another dude. So it's like he doesn't really have to get a lot of hand power to be able to actually just make his board state to keep his board state up.
Yeah, but as we see, there is a Devolution Dragon on the Vanguard Circle, which does mean that they are on the VSR build.
Yep. We're looking at Eradicators, Newsku into another Devolution Dragon.
Demo is always annoying with that double on head pressure.
Oh, 100%. The only thing is now it is not behind Vanguard.
Yeah, that is correct.
It's not behind Vanguard anymore, so he's going to get one turn of it.
Yeah. Well,
just hold the rear to start swinging. See if he can put some damage on the board.
No good.
No guard, takes it.
Underhanded defensive.
He did not. Okay, guard with 15. Draws for turn.
Draw, get a token.
Yep. So
yeah, get a token.
See what I mean? 10k to the Demolition. He's gonna let it go. Critical trigger, that's pretty good.
Yep, just ends turn right there, basically.
Yep.
So let's see if they have that lovely grade 2 that Narukami players always open for some reason. And they have it.
Yes, sir, he does.
I'm gonna check the top 5 and add an E-Rad.
Yes, he will. Let's see what he gets. He gets his weekend.
Okay.
His weekend's gonna be pretty good going further, but the problem is being able to clear out the front run.
Yep. And especially because it's 10k bases as well.
10k bases except for the token, but tokens are expendable. They're meant to be them. They're meant to be expendable. This card just puts 15k.
Call OG Mighty Bolt, revealing Heal Guard.
To go fetch the Vanquisher.
But that is a useful information showing the Heal Guard.
Yes, yes it is. Because that means that's a future G guard.
Potential impede.
Potential impede, potential bulwark. Even a potential just negate rush.
Yeah. Especially since it's a 3-column deck.
Exactly.
Discards a crit.
Discarding the 15k shield is kind of questioning, but we shall see.
Yeah, I'll take something real quick.
Are there sleeves or anything? Like, what's over there? I don't know. Just take a picture and bring it over here. And looks like we have a full board, and we are just gonna send it. So what's going to draw?
Alright guys, they were part of the raffle real quick. So I allowed them to grab something real fast. Alright, bet.
Alright. Sorry about that. Gonna be boosting this Leeton. The question is, target's fan walks with the 15k. Can't go to soul. because no empty front row. Neo Nectar toss return. Let's see what they are possibly about to do. Deciding not to ride. Use skill, call another token. So they're doing this in order to prevent the, to force them to go into the his call stride.
Yes. Because he did reveal, he did search last turn, so he's going to be able to like actually do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's going for damage style.
Wait. A rare.
23.
23. Okay.
Yeah, 23 rear is going to be pretty big.
Mm-hmm. This is so random though. It's barely. Anyways. Guards for the Zuitan. Wait, was that a...
Retire 2 tokens, add the grade 1 back to hand.
Mm-hmm. Wait, was that a 5k guard?
The grade 1?
Zuitan?
The grade 1 is a 10k.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure what the Narukami player guarded with for the Zuitan. I'm pretty sure it was just... And I might have probably missed something. Because it's like... I think they might have tried to target with heel guard a rear guard. But you can't do that because it only targets Van. But if we did miss that, we apologize.
They corrected it.
Okay.
I believe he guarded it.
Okay.
If we did miss that, we do apologize.
Goes ahead and commits to the soups right now.
Yep. So then makes his 2 markers, draws 2 cards. Calls V Mighty Bolt. Calls the Eradicator.
Main thing also is now that the Neo Nectar player knows that they can't sweep clear board into going into the stride that gets plus 10 for each. Now you can just fill your front row columns with tokens and just not care.
Exactly. Or even if you don't fill it with tokens, you just fill it with expendable dudes. You don't care about it.
Crit, no guard, crit.
No guard. Only 1 trade.
It's a nice defensive. It's a second offensive.
Which is pretty huge here.
Yeah, that's a clean 30.
That is very huge.
On hit. Pines 2.
That is fair. The top 5 is a mandatory.
Mm-hmm. Red Stampione. Force 1 gets 2 markers. Are we just going to see the classic stride into Katrina? Yep.
Do me a favor, no got time. Slow it down just a bit. Wait. You missed the top 5 of the Mighty Bolt. It is a mandatory effect. The Mighty Bolt that he called to the front is a mandatory top 5 search. He did not do the top 5 search before dry check. That's why I'm saying, you're good. That's why I'm saying take a breath, slow it down, make sure you got it. Y'all good to go. It is fine. We've notified both the players and they are going to be more vigilant.
think all tokens get plus 10, right?
Yes. So 10k column plus
10.
10k piece. Yes. So it would be 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it would be 30, 40, 30, 40, and whatever he calls out from Katrina.
Mm-hmm. The elements
There's
are
the Elementar, and that's huge. That is very huge.
Descendant.
Red.
Boost
Boost
skill.
with it. Skill.
And of course, flipping over the Cyclone. What are potential targets that the Neo-Nectar player would call?
He can potentially go for. He can call a couple of token makers.
Mm-hmm.
But then if he's playing it, he could play the Bloom PG.
Mm-hmm.
So he could call. He can call essentially 2 token makers to the front row,
Gotcha.
and then call over them with tokens, and then call his back row the PGs.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever one of them sees the other one placed, you can kind of +1 and pick all 3 of them.
Okay.
So depending on how many he has in his deck, he can potentially call those out of deck, open up his back row, and then have either one really big column or 2 front rows of tokens.
Yeah, and then that could also help in this case since potentially it's like a VSR build, most likely.
Looks like he's dedicating to a Hanami,
Okay.
which that is also another good target too. Especially in a multi-attack deck that such as Eradicator's.
Oh. Remind me, how many do you get to call off of Katrina?
So he gets to retire, and it's up to how many he retires.
Okay.
So I assume he's going to be retiring 4, keeping the Vanguard booster to give it that big chunk of power, and then he's going to call 4 cards. See like that? There it is. So it looks like he's going to call over them on top.
Okay.
But it's the card. It's the 2 cards he has in his back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the PG.
Gotcha.
Bloom will not trigger, picking up the PGs.
D-draws.
I mean, that is fair. A lot of decks that are running vanilla draw that are running extra draw triggers.
Oh yeah, you
are
might as well
starting
just
to
run
run
D.
D ones because they're 10 issues.
Yeah.
Looks like he's dedicated to it, so he's got to call over it. See what happens. See one again. Almost one. Soul Boss one. Token over to that side. Token over to grade 1. And he's right back to where he started.
But this time with the extra cycling power as well.
Exactly. Which is going to make a very big difference in this. There's the MP dragon.
Gonna eat a token, but because they have 2 more, right? They have to bind another one.
So how MP works is he retires and binds 1,
Yeah.
and then if the opponent has more than two rear guards than he does,
Oh, okay. The opponent has to have more.
the
than
opponent
he
has to have 2 more
All right.
than the Narukami.
Yeah.
He will retire.
Gotcha.
But what is very cool, what is very interesting about this card is because he's on original Vanquisher.
The
every time
GB2 activates?
Yes, every time a card is bound, the Vanquisher is going to get 3K.
Okay.
So every time he activates a G guard, it's gonna get a 3K. It's gonna get a 3K.
Crit.
Yep.
So right now it's, what, 30, 41, 44?
It's very big, and there's a draw.
It breaks.
It breaks it.
1, 2, no triggers. Okay.
Not hitting triggers against new Nectar is rough.
This is 20, 30 on its own.
Especially when he did one impede, but it's still he did one impede. Still pretty big. So yeah, it's I believe he has 4 to 5 cards in hand. In Narukami phase.
Yeah, that looks like 5 cards.
And it looks rough.
Yeah. So now the Narukami player's pushed to 5 here, has to block the last 2 attacks, and still have Stride Fodder.
And still be able to make a play next turn.
This is where it's like, not having Steve potentially sucks, because
Here's a
alrighty. This is 30 as well, or does Anoma also get more power?
I believe it gets 5.
Okay.
I believe it's a 15k attack.
So if that's the case, it's
15 plus
20.
a 25k booster.
Isn't it just 20?
Oh, it is 20, yes. He only has 1 second.
So 20 plus 15, that's 35
35k swing rate.
versus
Ain't nothing to stop
14.
it. When you haven't had any defensive triggers, it's ain't nothing to do.
Yeah. Technically, they can. The Naruto player has potential access.
He's got 4 cards in hand.
Yeah. Hard guards it.
The guard for there.
Draw a
He's
card.
gonna retire one of the tokens on the rear guard.
Yeah. Alright. See, it looks like they have Stride Fodder in hand. Stride already. Now the real question is, right now it isn't a good stun verse turn, honestly.
There's nothing on board. There's nothing in bind.
Yeah, there's only the 2 from the on hit of Zoros.
And then even an
Oh,
exterminate, even an exterminate is
Not the best because they still have 1 weird red circle.
yeah, it's only one.
It's going into stun verse.
We are gonna see a stun verse. And he's gonna call the on hit eradicator.
Then I guess just get a bunch of stacks of power onto the Vanquisher GB2. I guess that's really the plan, because
Yeah.
normally you could do the stun verse into Zoros play, but since you already got the Excel markers, you can't do that.
Yeah. And the thing about the stun verse right here is because of how many he has in binds on right now, he will hit 4 from drop, and the 1 from the board will make it 5, which will turn it in, which will make binds on being exactly 8. So it turns into 2. It turns into 2 from hand, and it's a draw 2.
Okay, but nothing else on board gains any power, because it's not on VSR.
Exactly.
And also, the Neo Nectar player is only on 3 damage, so worst case scenario, they could still take 2. Not exterminate here on stride kills. You draw 2. Yeah, that is a fair point.
That is a very fair point.
But we'll see what they're cooking. That Neo Nectar hand is still looking healthy.
I think I hate to be one of those that call it before I think this may be over unless he gets a miracle.
Yeah. You never know. You can always flip that double heal and get back into the game.
Yeah, 100%. Perfect guard. Not having any former guard restrict also kind of hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Guard first
One
check.
drive.
There's a heal.
Heal. Oh, and it's the effect heal as well.
Did you speak it into existence?
Oh, we'll see.
Second check.
Vanquisher.
So it goes back down to 4.
14, 24.
I believe so. You see, like, the
Part of it. Alrighty. Oh, it's back to the Neo Nectar player's turn.
You're right. You just have to make a quick little edit there. That was getting on my nerves.
Oh, I feel that.
Trying to call a match without having half the information is kind of hard. So it looks like we are seeing Ride into maybe Sand Peony, making 2 tokens, and getting more.
Try using a Noir Gold, so a Noir Gold will allow you to get that extra draw as well.
I don't think he needs it at this point.
Yeah, but hey, you never know.
Katrina's there.
Yeah,
Katrina
Katrina
does
is
it all.
there. And flip over another Cyclone on Swing.
Hasn't called a single card from hand, but has all of those.
Yep.
So we shall see what happens.
This is what? Plus 15s each, so 40, 50. Takes the first damage and it's a Hon on it. Here's 50 again.
There's another Cyclone, so everything's plus, all tokens are plus 20.
Oh, Katrina flips on 7. I mean, on
I
Ride.
believe it's on Ride. It may be on Ride. It may be on Stride, but I will double check for that. Yes, it is one. It is on place.
Okay, so then it has 2 Cyclones.
So there's 2 Cyclones, so that all of those tokens are 25Ks. So 25, 35K attack,
And
plus
even-
25K boosters.
Yep, but right now it's a
60K
even if they're
bonus.
doing yeah, but even with impede here, max they could do is take out 1.
And then he's gonna vomit another board. He's just gonna vomit a whole other board after this.
Yeah, can't get the thing of impede.
He can't clear all 5 of them. Is the issue.
And the thing is, after this, you're locked out of G guards.
Until that impede goes back into the G zone.
Yes. So once after this, then you're locked out.
And here comes the other one.
Now,
This is the big shield G guard. No comment. No comment on that. Mr. Jacksonville's premium Vanguard player. You just lost at a shop challenge. I don't want to hear it.
anyways,
Anyways.
so what's the condition for it to get the extra shield now? If the opponent,
So the opponent has to bind 2. So it's, they have the choice of binding 2
if not,
2 frames.
it just
If they don't,
it just gets big shield.
Yeah, for each one they don't bind, it gets second shield. So he's gonna bind 1.
What's that?
That means he's gonna have to continue to guard.
Extra 15, there we go.
15.
And now you're locked out of G guards.
More G guards, 2 cards in hand.
Yep.
And Katrina is just now swinging.
Yep. That grade 2 Ride Fixer lets you on swing while boosted call it to the yeah.
It's absolutely wild.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Call the peony, which peony will then call token.
And then the grade 1 is going to call token.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like what he's going to do is he's going to go. And we just got a heads up from our head judge. We have less than 5 minutes in the round. Thank you, big dog.
First check.
Second check. Third check.
No triggers.
And
And that's game.
that
Nectar
will be
player.
game.